Hi, and welcome to the Owatonna Today Show. I'm Shelley Whitehead. Thanks so much for joining us here on Friday. We are here because there have been amazing sponsors who stepped up and said, we like what you're doing, we want to keep it going, so we'd like to thank them right now. We're going to start by thanking our premier supporters. They include the City of Owatonna, Express Employment Professionals, Owatonna Public Utilities, Safe and Drug-Free Coalition of Steele County, and United Way of Steele County. Thank you to them. Also, thank you to our primary supporters. They are Amy Swain Hearing Centers and Little Theater of Owatonna. And our show would not be on the air without our interlude supporters. They are Abraham Consulting Technologies, Bremer Bank, Brenda Bednar Mortgage Office, Glenn Meager and Tim Thomas of Brick Meager Funeral Home and Medford Funeral Home, Brookdale Senior Living, Clare Bridge and Sterling House, Carlson Branstad and Company CPAs, ERA Gillespie Real Estate, Fairview Animal Medical Center, Horizon Eye Care Professionals, Clancher & Son Landscaping and Concrete, Napa Auto Service, Owatonna Business Incubator, Owatonna Foundation, Profidium Financial, R&K Electric, Snap Fitness, Steele County Historical Society, Steele County Transitional Housing, the Third Hand Incorporated Video Productions, and TPS Insurance. Each one of those companies and organizations likes what we're doing, and we hope you do too. And we'd like you to thank them by going to them and giving them your business and saying, hey, we saw you on the Owatonna Today Show. It's a great opportunity for us to form a partnership and continue that partnership and bring you important information. Like today's show, we're going to be talking about the Harry Wenger band, that I forget the name of it, Marching Band Festival that's coming up very soon, so you want to know more about that, so watch today. But if you are interested in becoming a part of this team, all you have to do is let Leanne Alt know. She's at 390-5751. Let her know. She'll give you the details. It's easy, and it's fun, and it's a great opportunity for people to see your face and get your name out there. So check that out. Let us know if you have more information. And we will be back, so stick with us. We'll be right back after this.
I'm Dan Branstad of Carlson Branstad and Company, Certified Public Accountants. We support the Owatonna Today Show.
Owatonna Public Utilities, real people, real reliable, real progress. Making life a little easier day after day, taking pride in our community, listening to what you say, a voice you can talk to. We're growing with you in mind in everything we do. Owatonna Public Utilities.
Greetings, I'm Laura Ressler, Director of the Steele County Historical Society, and I welcome you to our History Center. We invite you to join in all our activities events where we honor the past and look towards the future.
And we're back with the Owatonna Today Show. In studio, we have Kim Cosens. Hi.
Hi, Shelley.
How are you?
I'm wonderful. Thank you for having me.
I'm excited to have you here. We've been talking off air a little bit, so I'm excited to share what we have today. But if you don't mind, first of all, giving us a quick introduction about who you are and what you do in the community.
Absolutely. My name is Kim Cosens. I'm a financial advisor with Edward Jones Investments, but I'm here today on behalf of the Harry Wenger Marching Band Festival. I am the board chair, and we have an absolutely fantastic board that works very hard to put this festival on. And that's my capacity today.
Yeah, you know, it's so funny. I kind of have a feeling that marching band is in your blood.
It is. You know, before I was at Edward Jones, I was a high school band director for 20 plus years, and so I have been involved in this activity for easily the majority of my life.
And it's something that you have, the history of this is kind of fascinating because, like you said, you've been a financial planner for several years now.
Right.
Having left the band world a little while, you still perform, but left it a little while, and then you said, we need something here in Owatonna. So tell me about the how this all came to be.
Sure. Well, as I mentioned, I was a high school band director for about 20 years and had a chance to compete with my own bands at many, many different festivals. And just kind of thought through the memory banks of what did I like, what didn't I like. There was a whole lot of things I didn't like. There was a very few things that I did like, and so I approached a young lady by the name of Ann Miller, who happened to have some students in town that were in the high school marching program, and said, Ann, do you think we should try to put a marching festival on here in town? She was very enthusiastic about it and said, definitely, let's pursue this. And we went to the band director, Pete Ginther, and said, Pete, how would you feel if we decided to do this? He thought it was a great idea, and so the process had begun. Long story short, after meeting with a lot of other business professionals in town and gathering a little bit of their support and letting them know here's what our thought process was, what did they think, then I approached the Wenger Foundation Drove up to the cities, had a nice meeting with them, and did our presentation. And at the end, they said, "Well, thank you for coming." And I got back in the car thinking I killed it. That was a great presentation, and nothing. I thought it's not going to happen. Well, about a week or so later, I got a call from Wendy Wenger, who said, "Kim, we really appreciated your presentation. We thought it was wonderful, and we would like to agree to support the foundation, will support the festival." And so with that came the naming rights.
Oh, very good.
Otherwise, it was going to be the Owatonna Marching Band Festival. Well, we're really very grateful that it's the Harry Wenger Marching Band Festival.
Huge history of music here in the Owatonna area.
Oh, and Harry Wenger
Supporters.
was absolutely key to that. And there's no better place in all of the United States to have a marching band festival than in Owatonna, Minnesota. Harry Wenger was the guy who invented the sousaphone chair and several other things that every single instrumental music program in the United States has in their band room.
Yep.
Why not come to the hometown where the foundation supports the corporation, Wenger Corporation, and have a festival here? So we're excited.
Perfect. Well, let's talk about the festival. There are different kinds. You're telling me about this. This is a street performing.
It
or
is.
You have a real name for it.
I think we just call it street shows, street performance.
Yeah, and so this is a festival that's for those bands who do perform on streets.
That's right.
And tell me the difference between that and a field show, so people can understand what they'll see when they come to the festival.
Absolutely. This is the summer season is sometimes what it's referred to, and it is street marching, competitive street marching. So unlike the days where you remember just a block band marching past you, that was considered maybe a parade or something like that. You had to do that because there were so many other things in the parade that if you did any kind of routine, you balled up the whole works,
Yes.
and it just didn't work very well. So you played a song as you marched past, and you looked to see nice straight rows, and you probably saw some girls with flags, or back then maybe some batons, and you saw some drums, you saw some musical instruments.
Parents running behind with water.
That's right. And so this was the block band. Well, that completely changed, primarily because of what happens in the other season of the year, the fall season of the year, or the field show season. The field shows are an offshoot of two things, of military band history, marching history and military bands, but more so over the past, I would say 40, maybe even 50 years, something called Drum Corps International, DCI. And this took this concept of playing music and marching on a football field and made it extremely entertaining, so that there was all this physical demand as well as the musical demand. And you really have the four different components on a field show. You've got the color guard, you've got the winds, or the brass and woodwind instruments, you've got percussion, and then you've got the front line. That's all the auxiliary percussion and things that are up there on the front side. So that really started to grow in popularity. It did very, very well, and pretty soon, band directors can get easily excited when they see a new opportunity. Said, what would happen if we took that idea and put it on the street? And so street marching was born in terms of competitive street season. And there are a few festivals around the state, and if you go to them, you will notice at all of them, and ours especially, outstanding performances of great choreography and musical presentation. It's very entertaining, very family friendly.
This is the kind of performance we'll see at the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade, correct? The street performing where the bands come through and they're not just marching in a line, but they're actually performing on the street.
What they've done is they've done a hybrid.
Okay.
They've taken a portion of that. They will take a portion of it where they just need to travel down the street, and then they'll take a portion where they know there's going to be a camera or a special moment, and they might take a minute to 2 minutes of their show, and they'll turn it and they'll do some special formations. But even then, it tends to be a couple of big arcs, and we'll park here, and the color guard will come out front, or maybe the drum line will come out front, something special.
So it is in one space, whereas with yours, you're actually moving the entire time you're doing
continuously reshaping. The band will seldom be in block formation. It'll be in other formations and continuously morphing into a new position as they're marching and playing. So it is its own special thing.
What's special about our festival?
Oh, that's a great question. I would say the most special thing about it is the fact that we get to have it here in Owatonna. Owatonna is such a wonderful community. I mean, we have great support from our business people. We have great support from the community for the art of music. And this new art that is becoming exposed in Owatonna of the marching arts is really an exciting thing to be able to have it here. Other than that, we have such good attendance. The crowds really come out for this. It's free. It doesn't cost them anything to come out. They can enjoy very family-friendly entertainment. And who doesn't love to see some beautiful marching and music? I mean, it's wonderful.
And you were telling me that these are the best of the state. This is an invitation-only event, so you've kind of handpicked some of the best marching bands throughout the state.
We send out the invitations, and it is at that point a first come, first serve. And so we usually fill up by the end of February for sure. This year we had 4 bands on the waiting list, and had to inform them, unfortunately, a week or so ago that we are full, and they're not going to be able to make it into our festival. But yeah, we believe we've got some of the very best marching programs in the state coming to our festival.
When is the event happening?
The event is on Saturday, June the 21st. That's a different date this year.
Okay.
Because we have always been the day before Father's Day, but Father's Day falls the earliest in the calendar it possibly can this year, and that messed up a lot of other festivals.
Okay.
And so in order for us to make things work smoothly for this one year, we're doing it on this weekend. So Saturday, June 21st, starts at 11 a.m.
Okay.
We start up there on Lincoln, kind of just a little bit south of the Trinity Lutheran Church. Come down that street, turn onto Main, and there are 2 performance opportunities up there. One of those is on Lincoln between University and Phelps. That's the one that's kind of in front of Trinity Lutheran Church.
Okay.
The other's on Lincoln between School and Academy. And then the judges area is down at the intersection of Main and Elm. And while all 3 are great places, if you really want to be right in the heat of the moment and the heat of the battle there, you're going to want to be in the judges area.
Okay, because that's where, while they're performing and they're moving the entire time,
Yes.
that's where they're going to pull out all the stops.
Well, they'll do the same show all 3 times.
Okay.
But you're going to get to see it judged the 3rd time. So when
Okay.
the results of the day are done, it's going to be based on what they did in the judges area.
How many bands do you have with
We
you
have
this year?
12 bands in 3 classes, 4 in each class. In Class A, our small school class, New Richland, Heartland, Ellendale, Geneva, Kirkhoven, Murdoch, Sunburg, they're known as KMS, they're over in western Minnesota, Maple River, and Lake City. And in our AA class, Richfield, Henry, Sibley, Malacca, and Maple Grove. And in our large school class, Osseo, Waconia, 77 Lancers from Mankato, and the 728 cadets from Rogers, Elk River, and Zimmerman, Minnesota.
Wait. I didn't hear you say Owatonna.
Owatonna is at the end in exhibition. They get the
Why do they do that?
Well, they get the benefit of the judges' comments so that they can get better for their next performance.
But they don't have hometown advantage.
No, it's really tacky to compete in your own festival. And there are some places that allow that, but we think that's as tacky as it gets. Come to our festival so we can beat you.
That's one of the things. But we're going to continue the conversation in a little bit, but there's some people that you wanted to thank before we get to that.
Absolutely. I mean, I definitely want to thank our board. They are, without a doubt, the reason the festival runs. I'm just the guy who asks questions and gets things going. They do all the work. I want to thank our patrons. We have incredible support from our business community, the patrons that agree to support this band festival. It's wonderful to have them a part of this, as well as our sponsors. We've got some sponsors that are involved with our sponsors' VIP brunch, and they get the great seats and a little memento to take away. And obviously, we want to thank the Owatonna People's Press. They do our program. It's the best program in all of the United States, without a doubt. And obviously, the Wenger Foundation. We couldn't do the festival without the support of all of these people. And then, last but not least, the students themselves that march in this, and their directors and staff that work so hard with them. It's an incredible opportunity for people to come out and enjoy a great day.
Good. Well, we're going to take a quick break, and we're going to be right back with Kim. And we're going to talk a little bit more about the athleticism that's involved in marching band, not just the performance style. So stick with us. We will be right back.
Recreational fires are allowed within the Owatonna city limits. They must be contained within a fire pit or a device designed for such use, and can be 3 feet in diameter and no more than 3 feet high. They must be 25 feet from a building or combustibles. Only untreated or unpainted woods must be used. Fires must be attended by a person at all times that are capable of extinguishing the fire. This has been a safety tip from the Owatonna Fire Department.
Did you know that it is illegal in the city of Owatonna to host or allow a gathering where minors will be consuming alcoholic beverages on your property or in your residence? Did you know that it is illegal to provide minors with alcohol unless they are your own kids in your own home? Underage drinking leads to increased risk of future chemical dependency, engaging in more serious criminal activity, and becoming a victim of a crime. Please help keep our kids and our community safe by not encouraging, hosting, or allowing underage drinking. This is a message from the Owatonna Police Department and the Safe and Drug-Free Coalition of Steele County.
Hi, I'm Glenn Mager.
And I'm Tim Thomas of the Brick Mager Funeral Home, and we're proud to serve the Medford and Owatonna areas with cremation and traditional funeral services.
And we're proud to be a part of the Owatonna Today Show.
Hi, this is Barry Gillespie, president of ERA Gillespie Real Estate, where our pledge is to save you money, save you time, and simplify your life. And we're proud supporters of the Owatonna Today Show.
Hello, I'm David Einhaus with the Owatonna Foundation. Thank you to all of our donors who have helped make Owatonna a better place to live. Will you join us today with a financial gift? Owatonna Foundation is a proud sponsor of the Owatonna Today Show.
And we're back with the Owatonna Today Show. Kim and I were just talking. One of the reasons we're doing this today is so that when you go to the event, you'll really understand what's going on. And one of the things we've talked about is the athleticism that these kids, they have trained hour upon hour for this event. It's not something where they just slap it together. These kids are truly athletes. Tell me a little bit about the training that goes into this.
Absolutely. There's a huge amount of physical training for endurance. Depending on the program, everybody's training is slightly different, but almost every program spends a great deal amount on discipline of individual positions so that each individual looks exactly the same at attention, at parade rest, while they're on the move, marching forward, marching backwards, marching sideways. They have to be able to have their instrument at a certain angle and their body at a certain angle, and all those things need to be in agreement, and so that can be a real challenge. There's a lot of time spent in calisthenics. Some programs spend a great deal of time where even the band as a block will run as a block. That block, and they'll run in tempo, so there's a click track or a metronome just clicking away and hit, 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 hit with their feet as they run as a block. So very much like you might picture a military unit running in a block formation. There's a lot of programs that do that, but they do that for two reasons. They do that to help build camaraderie and unity in the group, and they have to have that when it comes to judging. You've got to be able to see uniformity in what they're doing, but they also need it physically to be able to keep up with the demand of what they're going to be asked to do as they travel around on the street, put their body in all these contorted positions, and have it look in agreement. It still has to sound as good as if they were seated in a concert hall.
Tell me, what's the longest parade route, mile-wise? How long, or even average? What is the average that these kids have to walk while playing an instrument, exerting a lot of breath, keeping that breath support, moving their bodies in strange ways? How long is that?
In Minnesota, the summer circuit, I would say that probably the longest ones would be 1.5 to 2 miles.
Okay.
Now, that's a very different thing than when you do like the Macy's or the Rose Bowl or those sort of things, but those are also a different type of a parade.
Right.
They're not doing this in those type of shows. So those are certainly longer, but a different cat altogether.
Yes. So for it's just even walking for a mile in sync with you're mentally thinking the entire time, because you have to know where you are. You have to have the music ready.
Right.
There's so many things involved, and so it's an interesting concept because it's not just, you can't just be focused on one thing.
That's right. The mind is the muscle that has to be developed the most to make this really work. And to segue with what you said, you teed that up perfectly to what the judges are actually looking for. I mean, so many people don't understand what's being judged. I liked that song, or I like the color of those uniforms.
Okay.
Or the color guard girls did a neat little thing over there.
Yeah.
Well, actually what it is 6 different judges judging 6 different things.
That makes sense. They can focus on one thing.
Absolutely. And then within their sheet, there are captions of different things that they're looking at, and the points are broken down depending on those captions. So, for example, there's going to be 2 music judges. One of them is going to judge the execution of the music. They're going to be down on the street, in amongst the kids, back and forth all the time, seeing, are they fingering the notes correctly? What's their tone quality sound like? Is there good balance and blend between the sections down here? From an execution perspective. The other music judge is going to be up on the flatbed getting an overall view of what we call general effect. What's the general effect of the music? How well does it work with the drill design? How well does the whole package work together to give me an overall musical impression from beginning to end? Then you're going to have 2 visual judges. Same thing. One of them is down on the street watching. Are the feet hitting the ground exactly the same for every performer? Is their body posture the same? Is their instrument angle the same? Does somebody have their pants too long? Is this hat on crooked? All the visual things that you could consider that have to be the same. And then the other visual judge is up on the flatbed judging the general effect of the visual program. How does it match the music that's being played? Is it all working together to create one common message, and is the experience favorable? What kind of an impact is that making? Then you have a color guard judge who judges simply the color guard and everything that they do, and you have a percussion judge that judges the percussion and everything that they do. Are the stick heights the same? Is it too loud? Is it too soft? Do we hear the color of all those different drums, or is it just loud?
Do you, okay, this is going to be a really weird question. Do you ever get points taken off if you accidentally hit an audience member? I mean, are there
No.
deductions or anything for that?
No, it's a great comment though, because years ago there used to be what was called a tick system, where you started at perfect and then every time there was a mistake, they put a tick against it. And that also came from Drum Corps International on the field system. That system has been replaced even in Drum Corps now, so that it's you earn your way up depending on how you're performing in your caption.
This is an amazing event that you've decided to bring to Owatonna, and the judging is important, but it's also an entertainment value for the Owatonna area.
It really is.
And so this is not a candy throwing parade, but there's so much to it that people, even young kids, can come and enjoy because of the spectacle. You have chosen somebody. Tell me what the importance of a parade marshal and who that is this year.
Well, it's a really good question. Our honorary marshal this year is Jim Thaleen. Jim was a former high school band director here in Owatonna. And we've kind of made a policy, I guess you'd say, as a board, that the person that we select to be the honorary parade marshal or the honorary marshal for this event, we want it to be somebody who's had an impact on music in the community. It's a bonus if it can be music education in the community. It's a super bonus if it can be instrumental music education in the community. And we've had just wonderful success here in our 5th year of having people that fit those criteria.
And so what is that honor? What does that mean when you are the
It means you get special treatments. You get to sit in the VIP area there and attend the brunch and all the perks that go with that. You get to ride through at the very beginning of the event in a nice convertible and make your way down, and then you come back and are escorted to the best seats in the entire show. So,
and which he would appreciate. That.
Absolutely.
And so you talked about having the brunch. You do have patron events. These are events for the people who've stepped up and said, hey, I want to be a part of this financially.
Right.
Tell me about that.
That's right. It's a great event. It starts at 9:30, and it's just right across there at the judges' intersection. It's right across from the bleachers that we have reserved for those folks. It's a wonderful brunch where they can mingle and visit and have a great time. There's some nice music there, and a lot of great food is available to them. And then they come on over. They have reserved seats on the judges' side, in the judges' zone, in the bleachers, and then they get a nice little memento that they get to take away as a gift from us for supporting the band festival and supporting the kids.
Somebody gets fired up today hearing about you and they want to be a supporter. Can they still do that?
They can, absolutely. They can. They would get a hold of Ann Miller, who I don't have her phone number, but you could call Spherion.
Okay.
And they'd be able to get the information to Ann. And I believe it's $125 for 2 people to be patrons. And we would certainly welcome any additional patrons that haven't already agreed to support us this year.
Well, what's great about that is even if you can't do the financial support, you can give of your time.
Absolutely.
And you're looking for some people to do that as well.
We really are. You know, this is a huge event, and all the work that goes into it year-round to get it ready really culminates the day of the festival, where we need a lot of extra bodies to help us take care of all the things that we really need for this. And so our volunteer coordinator is Michelle Vashavi. Her phone number is 456-5251, and I know that she needs people yet to help distribute programs in the 3 performance centers, to be a sign holder, where basically all you're going to do is bring your own lawn chair, sit in a nice lawn chair, hold a sign. We'll give you some instructions of when you have to step out and hold that sign. We need some help distributing water. As the students finish the route, we hand out cold water or bottles of water to the students. We need help, obviously, at the end with some cleanup. And there are other things during the course of the day that I think she has some openings that she still would like help with. So again, that's Michelle Rashavi, 456-5251. We would love to have you be a part of our festival, whether it's an hour or whether it's 4 hours.
Yeah.
We really need the help.
And then who is your announcer this year?
Our announcer is the wonderful Mr. Pete Callan.
Okay.
Pete is a great announcer. If you've ever been to any of the hockey games here in town, you've heard Pete on the microphone there, and he will be doing all the announcing in the judges area.
Oh, good. Well, it's fascinating. I love hearing you talk. Obviously, you're passionate about this.
Absolutely.
It's very clear. Thank you so much for your time. Let's go through those dates again, though. When is the event?
The event is on Saturday, June 21st. And it starts at 11 a.m. The patron event starts at 9:30 that morning, so 11 a.m. And at the intersection of Main and Elm Street is the judges area. If you want to be in one of the other two areas to make sure you see every band's show, you should be on Lincoln between University and Phelps, there in front of Trinity Lutheran, or on Lincoln between School and Academy Streets.
Is there a place there can get this information as well online?
It's on our website, which is OwatonnaBandFestival.com.
Good. Thank you so much. It was a pleasure seeing you again.
Thank you, Shelley. Always a joy to see you.
Yep. We will be right back. Please stay with us.
Hi, I'm Amy Martinez.
And I'm Adam Martinez, owners of Snap Fitness in Owatonna.
Snap Fitness is a fast, convenient, and affordable fitness center, and we're proud supporters of the Owatonna Today Show.
The United Way Women's Leadership Council invites all community women to our first annual Power of the Purse event on Tuesday, June 17th at the Owatonna Country Club. Enjoy great food, a silent and live auction, and hear about our partnership with the Dolly Parton Imagination Library and Owatonna Rotary. We plan to mail every child in our community a free book every month from birth to age 5. The Dolly Parton Foundation pays for all of the books. 100% of our proceeds will pay for the postage.
Hello, I'm Sean McNulty. And I'm Deb Gillard with Brookdale Senior Living, Sterling House, and Clarebridge of Owatonna. And we are a proud sponsor of the Owatonna Today Show.
And it's time for a look at some of your community service announcements. The Owatonna Art Center has their June events already raring to go, including the Carolyn G. Halliday and Kimber Olson exhibition. View the unique textile art of Carolyn and Kimber throughout the month of June. Both artists do reference cycles in nature with a variety of materials. And then you can dine to donate at Applebee's all day on June 19th. When your waiter, let them know that day that you would like to donate to the Owatonna Art Center, and they will receive 10% of your sales. So it's a great opportunity to eat out with your family, enjoy that, and then also help get the Owatonna Art Center where they need to be by July 12th. The Faribault and Owatonna Workforce Center presents the Regional Job Fair coming up on Thursday, June 19th, from 11 to 2 at the Faribault West Mall. This is the Owatonna and Faribault Workforce Center working together. There will be local and regional employers recruiting workers, a chance to meet employers and learn about businesses, as well as networking and employment opportunities, convenient location, free parking. If you want more information, you can call Evie at 507-332-5479. Join the Riverbend Naturalists on June 12th from 5 to 7 for the first Thursday Women in Nature Outdoor Skills and Natural History-based program specifically for women. This monthly program series will be moving to Thursday starting in June, and June's WIN program will be archery. Participants will get a chance to try the challenge of shooting with a bow and arrow. Pre-registration is required. It's $8 for non-members and $5 for members. You can contact them at 332-7151. And a new event being named Evening on the Prairie will take place at the Nature Center this Thursday, 26th of June. The event will feature hors d'oeuvres, cocktails, and entertainment on Riverbend's enchanting prairie. Entertainment will be by the legendary storyteller and musician Duke Addix, and tickets can be purchased for $50 at the Riverbend Nature Center or by calling 332-7151. Thank you so much for joining us this week on the Owatonna Today Show. We will be back next week, starting on Monday, when we are talking about the job fair I mentioned. We'll be speaking with someone about that, as well as a look at Little Theater of Owatonna's performance of Ramona Quimby. Stay with, so we'll see you on Monday. Have a great weekend.